Hello friends, this is Johan. Today we're going to be diving into a tool that I use almost daily. I know there's some people that swear by programs like Evernote, um, but today we're actually going to go over something called Trello. This is a platform that's been out for a while. It's totally free. You can actually sign up, and it is a place that I actually use to organize a whole bunch of different sections of my life. And the great thing about this is you can actually collaborate with a lot of people. So we're going to jump in right now and I'm going to show you exactly what's happening. What this program actually is sort of like a to-do list on steroids. And it's really versatile. Here I've got things, you can see website links I use it for. I use it for something called Scrum. That's another video. It's an interesting team management system, or look it up online. But these are, some personal boards, some shared boards, things from to-do lists to links, ideas, collaboration boards, all those kind of things. You can see here I've, had a coaching session, use it for session notes, web design, and I can actually admin team. Yeah, you can kind of, depending on what kind of teams you're running, you can share them on each of the boards. So I'm going to take let's see, we can, maybe let's set up a board right away. I'm going to create a new board. Title, let's call it Construction Guild, team, none. So this is going to be a private board. And you can see right up front, there's just me here, but you can add members really easily. You can add them by throwing in their email address and it'll send them a little personal invite. They sign up and then they can access your board. It tracks changes, those kind of things, or you can add members from the past just by starting to type their name. Along the right side here, there's some cool things. You can change the background color, filter cards, power-ups are really kind of useful. We'll go and maybe dive into that a little bit later on. And there's a bunch of other things. So what you kind of want to, how this program works is you have, you can kind of look at them as like lists and cards. So we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And in each one, you can actually throw in cards. So 1.1, 1.2. But these can be things like, you could really easily name these cards anything you want. The brilliant thing about this is you can really easily reorder lists like this and also move lists up and down. So if you want to move them down, you can see. So you could really, to do. Working on, done, and backlog. So you can, if you've got a to-do list here, you can just say, hey, look, I'm going to start on 1.1, going to move it here. You can really easily on 1.1, whatever this is, you can add a note, and it actually hit send, and it actually puts it down under here. So under the activity, you can add notes. 1.1 is like 2.3, whatever that might be. So that's really easily. You can attach due dates to these things too, which is kind of cool. So let's say, hey, this is done. You can save up here. So you can see there's a due date here. On this actually list, you can actually change where that board is, but also edit this description. So this could be, task card number 1. And you can save that. And that stays at the top and doesn't actually go up and down in the actual activity. What's really kind of cool here, so you can exit out and you can see here, there's a due date of February. There's some notes that have been, a description that's been added and some notes. One of the cool things about here is within a card, you can actually add a checklist. So you can say checklist food, and you can add apparently I'm thinking about meat. And you can go through there and you can add a checklist, which is kind of cool. So, so you can, oops. So here you can go very easily and see, okay, this is 1.2 is things to pick up, And once you've done them, you can actually finish those items, rearrange them if you want to. Sometimes you could use this for like a list, items that are urgent and important, not important, urgent, not urgent, important, those kind of things. You could set up these cards to do those things as well here. You can see here, this has got a 1 out of 3, so there's a checklist. And you can like very easily, once that checklist is completed, you can move to the done pile. Kind of cool. Let's quickly jump in here. We're going to add another due date. We're going to say the 9. We're going to say save. If you go over here on the right hand side, there's some power-ups, which are kind of cool. These are things that allow a little bit more versatility within your Trello cards. So this is taking a little while to boot up. And you can enable them. So some of them, you have to go for like a little, do the upgrade. But we're going to enable calendar here and card aging. So that's kind of interesting. Okay. Hit back. And now you can see that there's a little calendar icon right here. So if you hit the calendar icon, you can actually see where those cards are due. So if you need to move them around very quickly, you can get your to-do list and you can throw them down. I think this syncs with Google Calendar. This is a really versatile, cool. You can do week and month. One of the other things you can do is you can actually download, in the power-ups, you can get things directly from Trello, but there's also extensions that you can actually put in here. So if you work with some online platforms, you can actually fire in cards into this when you have maybe a lead generation file. So you could have it synced up. There's a lot of really kind of cool features that every time somebody new sends you an email, it could appear on one of these to-do lists automatically and you can go through them. So it's really good to collaborate with teams to see where everybody is with clients. The one I want to show you down here was burn down chart. So this again it's an add-on for Trello and I use it in some of my Scrum things, so you can upgrade to full here. But what this does is, if we go somewhere here, description, usually it fires up here somewhere, and you can have that additional functionality depending on the little programs that you have going through there. One other thing I'd like to go through quickly is labels. You can actually label different cards different colors, so I checked on it, but you can name these. Right? We can do yellow, not so goo, and you can, as it projects, you can add different labels, and you can see right here they're firing up. So you can actually color code your cards as well. You can copy them. You can add attachments too if you want to go through there. You can attach them from any of these things here, your computer, and it'll attach permanently under here. So if anybody on your team needs a special document, you could be like, hey, send out this document when this happens, and attach the documents. You can subscribe, so you get a notification to your email if something changes. So this is a really cool, versatile platform. It's something that was given out free. It was developed by some technology guys to, I guess, organize their workflow. You can use this, like I said, I use it for links. I organize a whole bunch of links, so I would go in and say, hey, these might be SEO links, and then I would have all the different web things. As you can see on here, there's the activity. So if there's two of you actually working on here, you can see who's done what and go through there. You can, there's a whole bunch of things you can kind of go in there to get, slightly more advanced features. But again, play around it, take a look. You can actually get this also on your phone, which is really handy. So if you have, for example, I have a board connected to my phone where if I've got an idea that comes up, I can write it on my phone. It'll pop up onto one of these cards to look at later. So it's, I use it for mostly organizing a whole bunch of different ideas, but you can literally use this for organizing almost anything. And I think the versatility of this this tool is something you should really check out. If you're watching this video from YouTube or somewhere else, check out Smart Construction Start. We're going to have a bunch of other tools that are going to be on there. If you're on the website right now, check around. There'll be some links and some more tutorials on some of the other tools that I use. But literally, if we go back to boards, you can see how many boards to do sprint, Johan's projects, you know, all these different things, and collaborations with all these different things. So you can see all my teams. You know, I've got a social media team, business development team, admin team. They all have a board that we work on, so that we can actually go in there and see where everybody is. So here, let's quickly take a look. You can see I use this for company data, logins, daily submission reports, postings, extra work, things that I need to get done. This has been, you know, not utilized for a while, but you can actually see, you know, clean up my emails. You can see all the postings, reports. You can see who's working on it. It's very easy if I wanted to add somebody like myself onto this board. Oops. You can easily drag and drop people onto a board, and you can, it's just super versatile. Anyways, I hope this tutorial was useful. Let me know how you use it. Maybe you figured something out that I haven't seen. Maybe use it in a really creative way. You know, send me a quick message, be like, hey, Johan, you know, try this, or look at this, this idea. I will read all the responses I get, and I'll respond when I can. But yeah, I would love to hear from you guys, whatever you have. Anyways, till next time, good luck, and yeah.